Observed each year on the 11th of February, International Day of Women and Girls in Science, isn't merely a day to extol the conspicuous contributions of women, but a spark of spur to achieve equal participation in the field of science for women as well as girls in the near future. Assalamu alaikum. I'm Saeed Minam Wajahat and I hail you to Radio Harvard. Our venerated guest for today is Dr. Farah Shafi, Block Medical Officer, Hazratbal. Ma'am, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for calling me over.
Our pleasure, ma'am. Ma'am, so today we see that in the contemporary era, despite the... sorry, I'm really sorry. Ma'am, today we see that in the contemporary era, despite the astronomical progress in the scientific guild, the female scientists are till date underrepresented in the field of research as compared to the male scientists. So what do you think is the reason behind this devaluation?
I would say that the reason is nothing but we need to put up ourselves with a front where we have to showcase our confidence that what we can do, how well we can perform, and how well we present ourselves. Well, of course, there would be some external factors also that would be representing in pulling down as a gender. But then the confidentiality should be within you, where you can raise your bar and present yourself with a confident front, present yourself to the world with all the positive qualities that we have, where we can represent ourselves as a woman, and where we can show that we are really the performers and not the underperformers.
That's great. Ma'am, so we'd like to know your opinions, your erudite opinions regarding the various opportunities as well as the challenges that a woman faces in today's scientific sphere and guild.
That's a very good question. You talked about the opportunities and you talked about the challenges, and both of the things are in our own hands. Regarding the opportunities, we must say that opportunities lies within us, amongst us, around us. The opportunities would be in the shape of our own mentors, in the form of our education, in the form of our understanding what the world is going to and what it's going to lead. If we think about how well we're going to make the world tomorrow, we can think of so many spheres where we can contribute. For example, any invention, any setup, any startups that are very famous nowadays, and there are so many opportunities that have been given to women folk. We can also have, these are the spheres where we can think that we can contribute. Where with the challenges, where we find the challenges, again, we have challenges around us, amongst us, and that could be in the form of how we feel responsible towards our responsibilities, and how we feel that our responsibilities are not being shared, how we feel that we are not being pushed forward, or we are not being encouraged while we take our education seriously, while we take our career seriously. We have to be balancing between, because we as females, we have more responsibilities than men folk. But that does not mean that we have less opportunities. We are consciously or unconsciously so good multitaskers that we can do things, we can do wonders. But we need to understand how well we perform, how well we put our puzzles together, and how things are prioritized in our life.
Well, that was definitely a perspicuous account of your scrutiny. Since you talked about various challenges that a woman faces in today's world, how do you think we can uproot these challenges on a wide spectrum?
See, the challenges are not only what we see, they are also something that we perceive. Challenges are being a gender, a female gender. We have a workplace to enter, we have our educational institutions to enter, we have our families to enter, houses to enter. We should feel safe, we should have a safe environment, and there are challenges that we should be talking about very openly. Like we have gender bias, we have workplace sexism, we have so many things that should be talked about, and that should be not put in a backstage or behind the curtain. That would make things very clear and very safe, and everybody should know that what we really mean to that place and what we really mean to ourselves, so that everybody respects us for what we have and what we are.
That is definitely something which needs to be executed on a practical level.
True.
So, ma'am, we all know that you are a revered doctor and administrator of the Valley, and being a female doctor and medical officer, what is it that you ideate to do for women in science as far as your level is concerned?
First of all, I have been in administration for some time. That's very right. I am a doctor to begin with. But I could find that I could contribute in this sphere. And as you were talking about the female, how I could be helpful to them, well, there are so many females that come to my hospital. There are so many students that enter my hospital. And I give them a platform. I give them opportunities where they can go and look into their interests. They can get trained, and then they can even have mentors, as I was talking to everyone before. Mentorship is very important. You need to pick a mentor for yourself. You need to have somebody who will be your guiding force, who will be guiding you at every step, because you are just a beginner. You're just in framing, you're just informing. And a good guide and a good mentor will really mean a lot. If you do not have a physical mentor, you can at least look and explore and follow steps for people who have really done good, who really inspire you, or whose work becomes very close to your heart. That can be a mentor as well, which would be a virtual, but a mentor. Mentorship is very important.
That's actually commendable and galvanizing at the same time. So, ma'am, thank you again for being an emblem of glory to this podcast by sharing your insightful thoughts with us. And I'm pretty sure that the audience must be very, very illuminated and enlightened by your enlightening speech and your enlightening words. So, thank you so much, dear audience, for watching this video. This was it for today's episode, and we hope that you had a lucrative watch. Thank you.